Christ, that's heavier than I thought it was going to be. That's how you make a 15-foot hole out of a 12-foot gate. Hey up, farm fans. We've got a bit of a job on our hands because it's officially FLOCKDOWN. Now, if you don't know what I mean by FLOCKDOWN, because of bird flu in the UK, we're having to put all of our hens inside. Now, that means that they are not allowed to have any contact with birds from the outside, which for most people means you have to bring them inside and they have to stay inside the shed. However, I don't want to do that, so we've come up with a bit of a cunning plan about how we can keep them out on grass, and it involves this ratchet strap. We're also going to need this bale trailer and that telegraph pole. Right, and here it is, that thing. Now, for those of you who are unaware, which is probably most of you, I used to run a commercial shoot, and that meant that I've got all of this stuff. So I used to rear thousands of pheasants and partridges for the shoot and for other shoots. Now, I don't do that anymore, but I do still have the kit. I made these for rearing pheasants, and these are the night shelters. So what we've done is I've got another one, which I've tucked down the field already, but I've got this one, which needs to go into the yard to have a little bit of modification, and then we can make this chicken friendly, and they can run into there. We can keep them on the grass and move them up every couple of days so they get fresh grass, but they are confined and away from all the bird flu, potential bird flu. As you can probably see, we've got this litter on the floor because they were in here last year in the field. Actually, that litter is quite nice stuff. I ought to get some of that from Mum's garden. What we've got to do is we've got to take that into the yard, hence the bale trailer, but it is a little tight because it's 12 foot wide. To get that on the trailer, we use this telegraph pole that we've modified, and it's got sort of chains and D-links on the ends. So we're going to put that over the top, lift it on the trailer, and hopefully get it into the yard so we can modify it. Now, that pole is pretty secure on those pallet tines anyway, so we'll keep them tipped back, but that's where the ratchet strap comes in. I'm just going to strap them onto there. If you're thinking that this will not lift this up, it will. It moves some really heavy stuff. Probably should think about getting a jig for it though, to make a proper one up if we're going to do this more often. Thinking I might have to square it up a little bit because that back end is sticking out way further. It's got to be square on that trailer, hasn't it, or else getting around the yard is just going to be an absolute nightmare. Right. Jesus Christ, that's heavier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, I'm not going to put my back out. I'll do it with portable. That's better. It's a bit more even now down there. I think I'm going to have to call Dad though to help me navigate around the sheds. Hello, can you come and help me get this round the yard, please? Okay, right, bye. He's on his way. Right, we've got it down to the workshop now. It's about dinner time. I'm gonna go have my dinner, change into my overalls because I've got a bit of welding to do because we need to modify this slightly to make it work, but I'll show you that in a minute. Right, so here's what we're gonna do. I've made up some of these skids, drilled a hole in them, as you can see just there, because we're gonna mount them onto the night shelter on the corners like that there, and I'm gonna weld a chain between the two corners, so one from this corner to that corner, and put a skid either end so we can have the chicken shed run into there, and then we can move that up every 2 or 3 days onto fresh grass.
Safety first, people.
Come back. I do, however, need to make a couple more of those skids, but I'm short of a bit of angle because that was some really good stuff. And I think, however, I might have some in this wrap. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out. I haven't got a clue what it is. It's got these hooks all the way down it, but it's good, strong stuff, so we'll use that. It's just dawned on me as well that this is the first time you've actually seen my big bald head. It's a sight for sore eyes, really, isn't it? I like to think that I'm better at growing grass than I am at hair, but I'm not convinced that that is true. Right, that's the trailer all done. Sheeted in both ends, as you can see, like that. Should be pretty safe. So I'm gonna get the tractor, put on the front of this, and Dad's gonna get the forklift with the lifting jig, and we're gonna take it down to the field, ready for the new trailer to get attached when we finish building the new trailer. So we've negotiated major obstacle number 1, which is that gateway. We've got major obstacle number 2, which is the gateway in front of me. When we bought the other night shelter this way, we didn't think it'd get through because it's 12-foot gateway, 12-foot night shelter, but the gateway's on an angle. However, something very interesting happened, and I'll show you. So when we got here the other day, I said that it won't go through this gate, and Dad said it would, but this gate's on an angle. But as you can tell, the gate post was off. So Dad's claiming the win. Because he thinks he knows best, because he says that it went through the gate. I don't say it went through the gate, I think it went over the gate, because we actually take the gate and the post and put it over there. So there you are, look, gate and the post. That's how you make a 15-foot hole out of a 12-foot gate. tell you what, I'm glad that's fixed. I can't see that we've been doing that with the loader tractor. Right, I've had to put my hood over my head because it's so windy. It keeps blowing my hat off because I haven't got enough stubble to keep it on. But this is what we're thinking of doing. We've got that on there now, so we can essentially do with the new chickens and their new shed what we're doing with these ones. We've got that shed running through that little tunnel and into the shed, and in here they can stay on grass because they are protected. There's a roof, there's sides, and they've got all of this. So they can stay in here on the grass and sort of have access. We've got the feeders in here, they've got water in here, and they still can go on the grass and pretty much be free range. And what we can do is we can move these up every 2 or 3 days when the grass starts to look a bit bedraggled and looks like it needs a fresh start. Use this chain that we've got on the front that we've attached to the skids here. We'll hook it round the hitch of a tractor and just drag it along. Thought we might be able to do it with the Polaris, but we don't think we can. We think it's probably a bit too heavy to pull with the Polaris. We can put the Polaris on there, pull that up, fresh bit of grass, happy days, happy chickens, good eggs, still outside on the grass. It'll be super interesting, actually, in the spring to see whether you can tell where those sheds have been, because that could lead to some very exciting experiments. Because if you can see the line where the muck's been, we'll perhaps have to start and do something similar with some other sort of project, maybe some broilers or something. But yeah, we'll wait and see the spring, see what happens. All these birds, 2K23. You wait. Right, Dad and I are off to go and put some kit away for the winter because we want to get some yards ready to get some cows in. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a subscribe. Whatever you're up to this weekend, have a great one, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-da!